Hi everyone. So this video today is going to be a everyday makeup look, and you can wear this to school or out with your friends or on a date if you don't wear a lot of makeup. So if you like this look, I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So first I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 310 Sun Beige. And I'm going to put this all over my face in little dots and putting more product in areas I need more coverage. And then I'm going and blending it out with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. And I really like to dot way more dots in the areas I need more coverage and less dots in the areas that I don't. And then with the leftover foundation, I like to go back over those areas where I need more coverage. So for me, I need more coverage on my cheek and nose area, so I tend to put a lot more product there and then blend it out. And if you prefer full coverage foundation, this foundation is light to medium, I would say, so you might have to add more than one layer for really full coverage. And I'm just really making sure that everything is blended out, and I'm blending it back onto my ears since my hair is up in a bun. If your hair is going to be down and it's going to cover your ears, you don't have to worry about that as much. But if your hair is up, definitely make sure it's blended out onto your ears and into your hairline. And before I added my foundation, I did moisturize my skin, but I did not use a primer because I feel like for this, you don't really need a primer. And I'm not going to set this foundation with the powder either because it sets itself and it's a demi-matte finish at the end. It's not full matte. And now I'm going in with my NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone. And this is just going to help provide something for my eyeshadow to stick to, as well as canceling out like any veins and discoloration that I might have on my eyelids. And to apply this to my eyes, I am using a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and it is this really round, fluffy, domed brush, and it is really good for applying cream products and blending them out. And then I'm using my fingers to just blend out the very edges of it to just make sure that there aren't any harsh lines. And when on your eyes, make sure you use a tapping motion, not really a pulling or swiping motion for cream products because it can be too harsh for your eyes. And now I'm going in with the Morphe eyeshadow in Birthday Suit. And this is just a nice matte skin-toned shadow. And if you're lighter or darker than me, just choose a different shadow that works best and best blends with your skin tone. And as you can see, I'm really buffing this into that base to just make sure that I get it covered and that there's not going to be any creasing or anything. And I do the same to my other eye as well. And now I'm going with the Morphe eyeshadow in Bridesmaid, and I'm going in with a Morphe M433 so I can really get this into my crease. And I'm using this as kind of a transition color. So for this color, I like to put it in my crease and kind of bring it out onto the outer fourth of my eyelid, just so I have definition there as well. And I'm bringing it in with the thinner side of the brush, going side to side, just to work that color in there really nicely. And then after I feel like I've gotten the opacity that I want, I will go in, turn the brush sideways, and use the wider side to really blend out the tops of the shadow, as you can see that I'm doing there in the video. And this really just helps make sure that the shadow is really blended on the top and that there's not going to be any harsh lines, because you never want harsh lines in your shadow, especially for your transition color. And I'm going in and I'm just doing the exact same thing for my other eye. And I'm making sure that the coverage and color level is the same on both eyes. And now I'm going with the Morphe eyeshadow Creme Brule, and I am using a BH Cosmetics fluffy chisel brush to really just pack the color onto my eyes. Right now, I'm not worried about blending it. I just want to make sure I get the brown color intensity that I want. And I'm also bringing this onto the outer fourth of my eye as well, so there will be some depth and darkness there. And I'm not bringing this color all the way in. I'm bringing it halfway in to my crease, not all the way in like I did with Bridesmaid. And now I'm going in with a Morphe B81 tapered blending brush, and this brush is really going to help blend your shadow but not blend it everywhere, since it does taper into a point at the tip. And I'm really trying to keep this shadow like in my crease. I don't want to bring it too high or too low onto the lid. So this brush really helps with that because it doesn't really allow you to like blend it everywhere. And now I'm using my sponge again just to clean up any of the fallout, and I'm going back in and blending more, using side to side and windshield wiper motions with small circles. Now I'm using my NYX Baked Eyeshadow in Peach Ice, and I'm just applying this with a flat brush. Just applying it to my lid, and I'm not applying it over the entire lid. I'm applying it to the inner 3/4 of my eye, so that outer fourth will be darker. And I'm just doing that to both of my eyes, and I'm making sure I get that intensity that I want. And for this shadow, you can use it wet or dry. So if you want to use it wet, just use eyeshadow or a setting spray to make the shimmer in it really pop more. And then I'm just going back in with my Morphe B81 and blending the tops of it out so there are no harsh lines. Now I'm going with the Coastal Scents eyeshadow in Nude, and I'm using that to highlight my brow bone. And it's a nice, soft, shimmery shade. If this color is a little too dark for you, feel free to use a lighter color. And I'm applying that with a Morphe base eyeshadow brush, and I am blending it out again with my Morphe blending brush to make sure there are no harsh lines. And I know I'm getting repetitive about no harsh lines. And now I'm going with my Coty Airspun loose powder in translucent, just so I could have a sharper line down there to give my jawline and cheekbones a little more definition. And I'm going to apologize right now because I lost the shot of me applying my bronzer and my concealer. So under my eyes, I mixed the Maybelline Dream Lumi concealer in beige and the LA Girl Pro Conceal in pure beige. And I used that under my eye to give me a slight highlight. And then for my bronzer, I just used the E.L.F. Cool Bronzer palette, and I used the lighter color. And now I'm going in with my NYX Eyebrow Gel in Espresso. And I'm fast forwarding through this because this isn't a brow tutorial and my brows do take a while to do. So I'm just using the brow gel to really define my brows, especially on the outside, and using it to increase the tail of my brows. And I don't bring this color all the way into the inside of my brow. I stop and don't fill in, I would say, like the inner fourth or so of my brow, simply because this product can get really harsh if you bring it all the way in. So I prefer to use 8 different products for the inside of my brows. And to put on this product, I'm using a Morphe M158, and I'm just blending it out with a BH Cosmetics spoolie brush. And with this product, it does set really fast, so you want to make sure you're blending continuously as you go and not blending all at once. And it's really important, just keep blending the colors together so there aren't harsh lines in your eyebrows, especially. If there are harsh lines in your eyebrows, they just look really fake and won't look that well defined how you want them to. And now I'm taking more Morphe eyeshadows in Black and Creme Brulee, and I'm using those colors to fill in the inner fourth of my eye. These colors will give me less harsh of an inner area for my eye, and it'll make it look a little more natural. And I'm also blending those colors out with the same spoolie brush from before, because you definitely don't want harsh lines. And then I thought the lines were a little too harsh, so I used my sponge to blend the insides. And now I'm just brushing off the powder that I had sitting and baking on my jaw. And I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it did give me a nice line and makes my cheekbones look a little bit more defined than they did. And I just touched up my bronzer a little bit. And now as you can see, I've already lined one of my eyes, but I'm going in with the Benefit They're Real Push-Up Liner in Black, and I'm just giving myself a nice wing. Feel free to make your wing smaller than this if you want to. I personally like my wings a little bit larger than most people do. So if this liner style doesn't work for your eye shape, feel free to do a smaller wing. And this product is really good for getting those really sharp lines if you're not good with brushes like I am. I'm not that good with eyeliner on a brush. And now I'm going back in with the Morphe eyeshadow Creme Brulee on an E.L.F. eye crease brush. And I'm just blending it onto my lower lash line. I want the most intensity to be at the outside. Then I'm going with my CK1 mascara in Black. And I've had this product for a few months because I like it to be a little drier. It's a little too wet in my opinion when it's brand new. So keep that in mind if you do want to try this mascara out. And this is the finished look. And I hope you liked the tutorial. If you did, comment down below. And please like and subscribe.